Hi guys, welcome back to EverQuest II, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Vivi, and I thought I'd do something a bit different today because I realized I have a little gap, a huge gap, in my knowledge about the land of Norrath, and sometimes I've been asking questions about what Norrath really is, if it's a planet or just a country. And yeah, uh, shame on me for not checking it out. So that's what I'll do today. I'll be checking out the lore, probably learn tons of stuff for myself, and hopefully there will be something interesting for you as well. Alright, let's just go right ahead with the most important part, and that is Norrath. Norrath is a planet, so now we know that. It's a planet in the Rho system. It is composed of a solid body with a molten core, liquid water, breathable atmosphere, and various climates. The planet also has at least 2 moons. The tomes of Valen state that if you step back and look at Norrath in adventuring levels, you will find 3. There is the surface world, the underfoot, and the newly discovered overrun. There is much in this world that has yet to be discovered. And indeed it is. The story of Norrath's creation is but a small portion of those things. I am amazed I never knew about this. The Rho system. I feel like I want to check up on that before we continue. Oh, and if you want to know where I get my information, it's on the EverQuest II wiki. So the Rho system contains 4 known planets: Anvil, Cordon, Norrath, and Trorsmang, or something of a sort. And I'm just going to quickly go into each planet and see if there's something interesting about them. It says that Anvil is a planet in the Rho system, which we already knew. It consists of a solid body with a solid core, no water, no atmosphere, and a desolate climate. So I guess we don't go there on a vacation, huh? Now, let's see what Cordon, the planet Cordon, is. It's a gaseous body with a solid core, no water, a poisonous atmosphere, and a desolate climate. Again, this is not suitable for life for an elf or gnome or whatever. And also it says that Cordon is surrounded by 3 rings of ice particles as well as miscellaneous space debris, whatever that may be. And yeah, so Thorsmang, it says it's got a molten body with a molten core, water vapor, a sulfurous atmosphere, and desolate climate. So if it's got a molten body with a molten core, I suspect we've got a lot of volcanoes activity. It would seem like it, because it's also got a sulfurous atmosphere. So yeah, we don't breathe in there either. So I guess Norrath is the only one that is a planet to live on in the Rho system. I wonder about the Rho, the sun. It doesn't tell us anything about Ro itself. But since it's got 4 planets and at least 1 livable, it's not a very vicious star, I would say. Alright, so now we know about the system, which for me is such a cool thing to know, because now I can really picture it, and I really love that. Now, it talked about the Norrath's creation, the story of Norrath's creation, and I want to explore that a bit in this episode. So there's a story, and the story goes: in the beginning, all that existed was void, empty of all, whether it be time or space, a vast and endless nothingness cloaked in a deep and all-consuming silence. Within this void existed the Nameless, a power so incredible that in the entire universe it knew only itself to exist. It had no idea why it was there, just that it was. Yeah, before we continue, I just want to say that it sounds a lot like a lot of religions here on Earth. So, nothing particularly new or shocking. Alright, let's continue. In the quiet expanse of the void, it sent itself out and searched the void to find something different, and there it was, a pocket of space, and therein lay the flow of time. When the Nameless stepped into the space, something terrible but wonderful and exciting happened. It detected the elements of space and time. The Nameless, knowing nothing of time or space, freed them so they could spread out in all directions, filling the void that had been empty for so long. The force that occurred had no boundaries. Forces touched each other, and the emptiness filled with swirling energies. Light and heat touched emptiness. Energies collided and crashed, were born and died, and became new and different. None of these things had ever been seen before. They started to form planets that differed in size and structure. Also created were stars to watch over this new creation. But the whole chaos needed order, shaping, and a fine touch, and so the Nameless created the gods of power. To do so, the Nameless reached into the chaos, drew forth 4 equal portions of the stuff of existence, and shaped it into the gods that would divide the universe into form. The first was named Wraith, and got the task of bringing order into the chaos. It saw that the task was indeed immense, so it reached into itself and divided into 12 equal parts. Then the Wraith went into the chaos, divided some more material, and created Earth. This Earth got set under the eyes of the Nameless, under the stars, so we could watch over his cosmos. So I need to take a break, because now it says the Wraith created Earth, so the Ro system is in our galaxy. Maybe it's just a name for Norrath. Maybe? I'm intrigued. Let's continue. The second was named Fenin Ro, and received the task of shaping the chaos. Fenin as well drew his portion and named it Fire. He then placed it upon the stars to shed light on the cosmos. So they did all of this in darkness? Alright, never mind. Fenin Ro helped the Wraith to shape the solid matter and gave warmth to the cold of chaos. The third was named Water, and the Nameless determined it would need many forms. So it took the potion and split it into 3. Tarumar would be responsible for the main state of the element, the water, Esse for the solid state, the ice, and Power would lord over steam. These 3 took their portion and cloaked each world with its life-giving touch. And finally, the 4th was named Sigony, and she received the task of drawing away the material in between and setting each thing in its place. She used her portion of chaos to make it into air, which she used to blow the chaos away and cushion each world from the harshness of the cold cosmos. The Nameless then looked into its new creation and felt sorrow because it could not experience it, for the creation could not contain the Nameless, and so it decided to find a way to explore this new existence. So the Nameless called out to the gods of power and commanded them to make minions that it could share in their experience of this new world. Each of the gods of power reached into their elemental planes and drew forth a portion that they shaped with their will into what would be eyes and hands for the Nameless and themselves. They created beings of energy, much like themselves, but beings of will, born of the matter of the cosmos. The gods of power knew that balance must be maintained in the universe to keep its shape. Therefore, they started to create the gods of influence in the model of a scale. On one side, a force of darkness or destruction, on the other side, a force of light or creation, and in the middle, a neutral or balancing force to maintain the balance without the involvement of the gods of power. And so they combined their elements to create each god in turn, good, neutral, and evil, which the children of Norrath may choose to follow until the end of times. Wow, this is such a nice story. Oh, I should mention that the wiki states that the source of this story is from Serious Tiding, a GM event in EverQuest I. So, yeah, there's a lot of lore in EverQuest II that is directly connected to the original first game, of course. And so the lore is gonna be the story of the creation and everything up to the divide, I think, would be the same for both games. So there's a ton of stuff. So about the what can we say? You know, I've talked a little, not much, about the gods. We can pick a god, and then we'll get some abilities by getting on their good side. And as it was said here, they're either good, neutral, or evil. And so we, the children of Norrath, can choose to align with one of them at a time. We can divorce ourselves from one and go pick another. So the gods were themselves created, which is interesting, by the gods of power, and the gods of power created by the Nameless. And so the Nameless is the only one that didn't really have a purpose or even a some knowledge of its own existence. I mean, why and how it came to be. So that's a very familiar thing and question a lot of people have been asking throughout all of history. Yeah, I really enjoy this. So I really want to check out the Nameless because it's the first one. There's not a lot of information about the Nameless here. It just says that unlike the other gods, this being of ultimate power has no name and is unknown to most of Norrath. It has no image in which to create others, nor does it have personality as even deities would. It is simply a driving force which causes universes to exist or not to exist at its own whim. Interesting. So there's sort of the universe force, which of course it's hard to, what's that force, right? But yeah, I really, it intrigues me when you get layers upon layers of lore. It really is interesting. There's so much. We could probably do this for hours. So I'm just gonna go through what we just read. And yeah, we read about Wraith. I want to see if there's anything more about Wraith. It says that the Wraith is a council of 12 beings that rule over the plane of Earth. Each member of the council maintains an identical presence of grass-green hair and earthen skin with veins of gold and turquoise. The council is an extension of the plane itself. Thus, if one member is cut down, another will shortly rise to take its place. The Council of Earth is the only power of the planes of order to have looked down upon the material realm with interest, but remain truly neutral in their dealings with the lesser pantheon. So are they connected to the gods for druids and stuff like that? Wow. So it's not one god, it's 12 beings, and those created the gods that we, the children of Norrath, can worship. Yeah. I didn't know it was that so many layers of creation. So we've learned a bit more about the Wraith. So now we've got Fennin Rowe. I guess he was created and named after the star of the system. Yeah, makes sense because he's called the Tyrant of Fire. And he's the one that set fire to the star, was he not? Yeah, that's exactly it. It makes sense. Yeah, so it says about Fennin Rowe that he is the being who rules the greater elemental plane of fire, from which he derives his title, the Tyrant of Fire. Fennin manifests himself as a large male humanoid with barbaric features, including a beard of flame, glowing red eyes, pointed ears, and fangs. Although he has been known to be a fanatic in terms of preserving the element of fire, displaying a short temper toward that preservation and any who would dare to threaten it, Fennin Rowe retains a strong influence on the wheel of order and discord. So these gods are in the category of unreturned gods, which is interesting because there's been rumors about returning gods for a while, but yeah, that's not gonna happen on Fallen Gate for a while, I think. Alright, and then we've got Tarumar. I love the name Mar. Yeah, we've got Mar from when we first started on the Queen's Colony, so I guess he's named after this god. Let's see what the wiki says about him. The Fathom Lord, or as he is known in the divine tongue of influence in nature, Tarumar, is the first member of the Triumvirate of Water. He is the sole lord and commander of the plane's most abundant form of the element. The people of Norrath know little of him, and his relationship to Mithaniel and Erolissimar is a source of constant debate amongst their followers. He is believed to have given physical form and intelligence to the influences of love and valor in the personages of Erolissi and Mithaniel Mar respectively, and given them power over their namesake planes. So it's a Mar prior to a Mar, I guess, because Mithaniel Mar is probably why we got Mar on Queen's Colony. He is the god of valor, or deity of valor, and he's very often the one god for paladins, you know, the good side of warrior class in Norrath, especially I think paladins with a bit of, you know, valor and healing and all of the good side things. And then Erolissi is the deity of love, and I don't know much about her at the moment, but I think I'm gonna go into the returned and the sub-gods later, because this is gonna get very, very confusing very quickly if I delve deeper into those right at this moment. Alright, we've got two more in the creation story. The third mentioned was Essie. Essie is the second member of the Triumvirate of Water. The goddess embodies, she's said to be the wintry guardian. The goddess embodies the material form and essence of ice, the solid matter of the plane she helps govern. This entity is rumored to hold great control, perhaps nearly to the point of tyranny, if one can believe the fantastical tales of the gods of influence and nature over her portion of the realm. The tales of her devotion to the balance of her realm against the other elemental powers have fostered a lingering, fearful respect for the goddess within the hearts of the lesser pantheon. Yeah, we have fought her, well, not really, but we fought followers of Essie, the ice queens of that fortress of ice. Yeah, it's been a while and I don't remember too much of the details, but maybe we'll look into that later. For now, we've got Segoni left. Let's see what they say about Segoni. She's called the Queen of Air, a beautiful, young-looking, elfin female humanoid with angel-like wings. Amongst the greater elemental powers, her angelic manner and appearance grant her the greatest regard, for being the most delicate and benevolent in her ways. She is, as well, the greatest mystery to the lesser pantheon in her being. never having turned her attentions from the greater wheel of the true elements. Segoni's current status is unknown. However, the Avosec AVX found in the raid zone Talon Stronghold are subtitled Betrayer of Segoni. We haven't been to Talon Stronghold, but if those AVX are anything like what we've seen up in the Numbers Tango, Barren Sky, and the Bullmire, then they're usually viewed as evil. So it's no surprise they would be named Betrayers of Segoni, because she's supposedly the most angelic and, you know, nice, sweet, good god, I guess. And I think I've learned a ton about the what you would call not the lesser gods, but the ones that started it all, I would say. And I would really love to do another one of these. With so much lore to pick from, I could do this for like forever. If you enjoyed this Norrath lore, then please feel free to leave a comment and let me know if you would like another one. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for watching. Take care.